You get a license by hiring a life coach, a coach like me. You need to go through several classes to get certified. And then you have several surveys that you need to go through, that you need to pass.
These are surveys. What kind of surveys?
Inspections. Fire inspections, environmental inspections, several inspections that you need in order to be certified as an assisted living facility.
And how many hours for those classes in order for you to get certified?
There's an 80-hour course, which is a 2-week course. There is an initial course, which is a week. And then there's an introduction, which is about 8 hours.
Question? Yeah, so.
You have a quick question about the scenario you mentioned. About how many residents do you think you need, or how many residents do you need to kind of break even with the like $1,400, $2,000 a month per client?
Okay, what do you mean break even?
Where you start to actually make a profit and things like that. Is it
So I would say my first facility, as I mentioned, I was 9 years ago. It was a 4-bed, and I made about $8,500 a month. And that may be a lot to some people, $8,500. But then until you pay out your staff, I work night shift. So that pretty much saved me money. So I only have to pay out day shift and then my rent. So I would basically say that my net was about $4,000.
But so don't how much you make has to do with what level of patients you have. You've got to be careful what level of patients you take, because you might get somebody, because you have the ones that are independent living and you know they really can take care of themselves sometimes, and then so you got to be really careful that you have people of the level that you can care for, that you have staff that can care for, so that you know everything runs smoothly the way it's supposed to.
That's great. I don't take any resident that I myself would not want to take care of and expect my staff to. I don't care how much money they'll bring me. If I have to work and I have to take care of that individual and I don't want to because of certain reasons, I will not take them.
We have another question?
Yes, I does.
Hi.
What I'm hearing, what I'm listening is the fact that the property owner for the rental versus the property versus the business owner for the assisted living. Can you make a distinction for me?
I'm sorry.
In other words, I'm going to run a facility.
Okay.
Okay, my responsibility for the rental facility versus the licensed person for the business.
I don't know the question. What's the question?
Yeah, I'm not.
In other words, I own the property.
You own property, okay.
You're going to rent the property
From you, okay.
With your license.
Yes.
For the system.
Yeah.
Distinguish the difference between.
What's your responsibility as the owner?
Versus the property owner, yes.
Your responsibility is just to collect the rent from the person that is running the assisted living facility. And there are special insurance that you need, and it's very expensive.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Which means also the upgrades that you would need for the assisted living, that would be the responsibility of the business of the assisted living company.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I have a question.
How do you determine the salaries of your employees?
That determining factor to me is qualifications. I don't look for anyone that has like bachelor's or master's degree or anything like that, but I want to make sure that you have hands-on experience and not just, I took care of my grandmother, I took care of my grandmother. No, you have to physically have had hands-on experience, possibly working in a nursing home or another assisted living facility.
When you said that the insurance is expensive, can you give me a range of how much the insurance would probably run?
So it depends on the number of residents that you have in your house and the level of care and what their diagnosis is. So say, for instance, you have 12 residents, they have dementia, and they're level 3, you're probably paying about $600 a month.
And we have another question as well.
Great questions, guys. Keep them going.
So if you're going to rent the property, does the property already have to be equipped
for an assisted living facility? And if it's not, how do you go about getting the approval from the property owner to make those alterations to their property?
The first thing you need to do, A, is find the property. Once you find a property, you have to tell the landlord what you're thinking about doing, okay? Yay or nay? If he says yay, then there's certain things that you need from the landlord, i.e. the lease agreement, a letter from them stating that they are aware that you are opening an assisted living facility there. Then you move forward and then you make the alterations cosmetically inside the home. Okay? And the reason why I think it's great to rent an assisted living facility is because if there's a problem with the home, the roof leaks, the washer and dryer breaks down, the stove goes out or whatever, you just call the landlord. If you're the owner, it's your responsibility to take care of all that.
Any other questions? Oh, we have a question over here.
How many caregivers do you have to have per resident?
It's not debt to ratio, it's level of care.
So let's break that down a little bit more refined. If you have a level 3, 4 beds, what can you expect in regards to employees for that facility?
So 5 beds or less, 1 staff. 6 beds or more, you would need 2. So 6 to 12, 2, 12 to 18, 3.
And going back to that same number, what would be the salary that you would expect to pay someone at that 1, 4, 5 or less at that level 3 care?
Well, again, like I said, it all depends on like their qualifications and what their experience level is. And I don't pay them hourly; it's pretty much like a stipend.
Gotcha.
Question.
So in terms of like what you pay your employees, I've been seeing something where it'll say your employees will live in on the site, and then they'll get paid like a monthly stipend, which is not the equivalent of a 40-hour salary. Is that something that you recommend, or something that you kind of shy away from?
Well, a lot of times people don't understand a living. Living responsibility is a lot. A living can be just a weekend from Saturday morning to Monday morning, or a living can mean that you totally live there all the time and you don't go home, okay? I had an experience where I had hired a live-in when I first opened my first facility. She was great, she was wonderful, she was a retired flight attendant, awesome, awesome, awesome. I pretty much let her run my facility, okay? I would go there maybe 3, 4 times a week, and she was great. The state would come in and no deficiencies. Long story short, she was taking the morphine of one of my residents.
Ooh.
See, so it happens. Right?
Oh.
That's why I said I don't delegate. And no. So it happens. You can't. And she was, I loved her. Like, she was like my best friend. Like, trusted her. You know? She was taking the morphine. She was doing things with them personally, and then she was selling it.
Okay, and I understand that part. I also feel like any of your other employees kind of do the same thing too. If you said that all of your employees must be MedTech certified, which means that they'll all be given medication. So that's something that can kind of still happen even if they're not living too.
If they're narcotics.
If they're not what?
If they're narcotics, so only certain people handle my narcotics, okay? So narcotics need to be locked behind a locked box, behind a locked door and a locked box. Not everybody touches the narcotics because everybody loves them. You know what I mean? There are just medications that are distributed daily, and then when the staff comes in, they can distribute them. But as I mentioned, not everybody touches the narcotics. So you have to be careful.
Yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying, because there's no 100% proof way of making sure nothing happens unless you're doing it yourself. So if you're allocating it out to somebody, that person is human. So that person could absolutely do the same thing.
Unless you have the residents, the type of residents that know their medications. They'll look in the cup and say, one's missing.
Well, they could still do the same thing, they just get caught.
Yeah.
But
So
so it's like maybe one person or 2 med certified to do that particular thing, and then the manager, whenever the manager comes for whatever shift, they check the medicine to make sure. Does anybody have to witness you give it and help waste or sign off or stuff like that?
Yeah, so what happens is when you have narcotics, you have a narcotic book, okay?
Right.
When someone comes in, they have to do a count of all the narcotics, then they have to sign off on it when they come. When they distribute medications, they have to sign off on it as well. When the new staff comes in to relieve the other person, they have to do the count as well. Okay, so you're held accountable during your shift.
So how do you guys, how do you actually like keep track of your employees? Because I'm sure that when you hire them, you do the background check and all that. How often is that done? And then if you see somebody look a little weird, I mean, how do you, like, you can't send them, like, if you see them acting a little loopy, like, poopy on, and how do you?
You know what, it happens. This is staff is the hardest part about this business. It's the hardest part. I've gone through staff like the back of my hand. It's the hardest part about this business. It is. It's like a revolving door, pretty much.
Question.
But my question was, are you required by the state to randomly drug test?
No.
Okay. On the flip side, if an accident or something like that happened, will they drug test your staff?
No. No. You're responsible for your own staff.
So question was, can you randomly drug test?
You can, but I have never done it.
Well, would you be able to like suspend them until they come back and, I don't know.
Sure.
Because I know hospitals is different because they have occupational health in the hospital. So if they see you looking crazy, they can say, come on, let's go. We need to check you out. But if you admit that you might have a problem before they get you there, then they have to help you. Right. Other than that,
but there are policies and procedures that you have in place, and for your employees. But at the end of the day, if people are going to do something, they're going to do it. You could have cameras all over your facility. If they want to take a freaking Xanax, they're going to take it. Sorry.
Question.
So how often does your nurse come to tend to your patients? And what do you, what's the protocol for when one of your patients, their vital signs is off? Are they automatically calling 911, or are they calling the nurse or their doctor? How do you put those things into place?
So you have a delegated nurse that oversees your facility. They come every 45 days, which is required by the state. Or they come anytime a new resident moves in, which is considered an initial. Or if they've been in the hospital and they've been admitted and they need to be readmitted into your facility, the nurse comes then. If for some apparent reason my staff feels like an individual looks like they're disoriented or for whatever reason, and they check their vitals and they're low, we just call 911. So I'd rather be safe than sorry. I tell my staff, don't call me, just do what you have to do, and once it's done, then call me and let me know what happened.
Hi.
Hi.
Just on the aspect of security, we know there have been some cases where staff may have been mistreating, clients. So is there a requirement to have surveillance inside of the homes?
It's not required. I have it, but as I mentioned, listen, if someone's going to do something, they're going to do it. If you have surveillance, it cannot be put into the bathrooms or in the bedrooms. So if a staff's going to do something, it'll be done where the cameras are not. But unfortunately, it's not even about, the staff doing something. Sometimes it's about the other residents doing it to another resident. I had a situation where I had, and I'm not even laughing. I'm not laughing. I'm laughing, but I'm not laughing. Sorry. But I had a resident that moved in 2.5 months ago, and sometimes they can be too independent, okay? This resident had her own vehicle, okay? I normally do not take individuals under 65 because they still want to go out and do what they want to do, okay? So she was under 65, and she still liked to do certain things, if you know what I mean. And so she's doing stuff. So she's doing some stuff, and for some apparent reason, she had an issue with one of my residents who was new. She just moved in 2 Saturdays ago, and she waited until my staff went into the back room, and she beat the shit. Beat the crap out of one of my residents, black eye, whole nine. Yeah, this was just the other day. And it was horrible. And I just think that, I don't even think it was about the resident, I think it was about self. She was just so unhappy with the way she looked. She had all 5 of her toes were cut off on her 1 foot. She was addicted to pain meds. you know, and she was just angry with life in general. And so my one resident was fidgeting with her hands and she was making noises with her jacket. And this individual came up to her and said, stop making noises with your jacket. And my resident went to push her out of the way and she scratched her arm. And she just started wailing on her. Black eye, you know, and my fear was that her mother, her daughter would think that I wasn't able to take care of her. You know what I mean? That was my fear. Like, damn, I can take care of her, you know, but things happen, you know.
I have a question.
And this will be the final question.
I mean, with that being the case, how do you cover yourself from something like that? Because you're personally liable for all of these things. I mean, couldn't the family come after you? You know, as far as suing you? I mean,
Well, you know what? At the end of the day, you have a relationship with families, and they know the type of individual you are. That's number one. Number two, documentation is everything, so you have to document everything. We called the police. They came, gave a police report, we had the police number, the badge number of the police officer, and so the daughter knew, you know, that it wasn't us, and she didn't hold me responsible. However, but it does happen where family members will try to hold you responsible.
Okay, guys, let's give.
So we have one more question, and that can be. Now, what happened? I have two. What happened to the resident? And then I'll have the follow-up question.
Okay. I immediately gave a discharge to her. I said, get your shit and get out. That's what I said. That's what I said, exactly. And guess what she said? Come over here, Donzella, because she wanted to beat me up, right? But I gave her an emergency discharge, and that's one of the reasons when you can give someone an emergency discharge, when they are a danger to themselves or a danger to another resident or staff. So I gave her an emergency discharge, and so she moved out.
And the last question was, is this the one that left something behind?
She left a ferret. So she had a ferret. When she moved in, I didn't know that she had a ferret, and I'm deathly afraid of rodents. And so she was already there for 3 weeks, and then all of a sudden, her previous resident, assistant living that she lived at, came with this cage. It was a freaking ferret. I'm like, oh my God, no way. So she brought this ferret, and I said, you cannot open the cage, you can't let it out, you nothing. And so when I put her out, she left the freaking ferret at the facility. She left, no, seriously, left the freaking ferret. Nobody fed it, nobody gave it water, nothing. So I called the, what is it?
Animal control.
Animal control. And then they came, along with my boyfriend, went and got the cage with the ferret and rescued it and took it to the Humane Society. And he said, you know what, this thing is going to sell fast.
Yeah, because I called you.
Yeah, Cory called me.
Somebody wanted to buy the
Yeah, somebody wanted to buy the ferret. So, yeah.
Okay. With that being said, let's give a big hand to Donzella Burton. Now, Donzella, how can they get to your workshop? What's your contact information? All that good stuff.
All right, you guys can go to my website, which is theassistantlivingcoach.com, or you can follow me on Instagram at The Assistant Living Coach. I am having an information session seminar on May 18th from 11 to 1. It's only $45. Write down all the questions that you may have. I will answer all those questions, and that will be the determining factor if you want to move forward, either A, with me as your coach, or with somebody else.
Give her a big hand again. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. So now, this is the part of the program where we have you come up and present your businesses. Just line up. Come on, Paul. Is that right?
Yeah, this is a perfect opportunity for you to come up, and if you have a deal, you can talk about the deal, or you just want to tell people what you're doing, network with individuals, tell them you're a lender, whatever. You can come up here. We will be videotaping it, and we will be blasting it on Facebook, letting people know about your services and so on. So come on up here. Cory, take the mic.
Now understand, if no one comes up, I start calling people out, as you know. So, Paul is the first one. Come on, Paul.
Hello, everybody. I'm a contract doctor. Went to the University of Delaware and then Howard University School of Law. Yep, HU. Nice. Yes. One of the things I do as a contract doctor is I try and break down industries. the contracts that run those industries. And I give you the inside tips, right? So on May 4th, this Saturday, just so happened that this coincides with this, Cory.
Right, exactly.
I'm breaking down real estate investor contracts. So if you're a real estate investor, I'm going to break down the purchase agreement, the lease agreement, the assignment contract, the independent contract agreement, the promissory note, and also I'm going to break down the REIT agreements, real estate investment trust. So I have some sheets that you can hold on to, and I'd love for folks to come out and get those insights.
And you thought of this on the way over there. All right, so who's next? Miss Gail? No, oh, no, not today? Come on, fellas. We have Wilbert and Wade Sean. Double trouble.
Yeah, double trouble.
How you doing? My name is Wade Sean. My name is Wilbur Reed, and we're relatively new to the real estate investing. Currently, we are starting out with wholesaling. We want to kind of we're going to master that first, and then work our way into rehabbing later on down the line. We want to say thank you for having us here tonight. We're very excited to be here, be present. As far as contact information, I do have business cards for you guys, so I'll be passing those out before I make my exit tonight. So my phone number, 443-453-4460, and you can also reach me by email. My last initial R, then my first name, WILBERT, at rocketmail.com. You can also reach me on Twitter and Facebook, social media. All right, you can reach my email is wayshawnr@yahoo.com, WAYSHAWNR@yahoo.com. My phone number is 443-453-4682. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram at One More for the Good Guy. Thank you guys for having us, and we look forward to working with each and every one of you.
So we have contracts, we have wholesalers. I think we have a rehab. His name is Olu. Olu, come on up here, Olu. Come on, man, Olu. Come on. I have links on you, Olu. I have to have some.
Hi everyone, my name is Odo. I'm one of the owners of Prime Properties and Express LLC. I'm a cash buyer, so if you are a wholesaler, you can hit me up. My phone number is 443-857-0510. 443-857-0510. Thank you.
Thank you, Olu. Appreciate it. Who else? Come on up. I think we have a lender here as well. Oh, I see you. I know he was coming.
How's everyone doing? I came a little late. I actually went up to a different meetup in Hanover. I was upset. Nonetheless, I'm glad I came for the last 30 minutes, but I'm actually an apartment syndicator working with commercial units in the Baltimore area. So if any brokers here that are interested in partnering up on a deal possibly moving forward, feel free to reach out. That's 646-236-9118. I actually have a deal we're closing with one of my partners in Des Moines, Iowa. It's like a 7-unit. We got it for like $260. Asking price was like $325. So we got it for a hell of a deal. We got seller financing, so it was creative. But we're trying to. I'm from Maryland, so I lived in Baltimore in Pigtown for like a year and a half. But interested in investing in Baltimore. So if there's any brokers that would possibly want to team up on a syndication deal, feel free to reach out. Chat with anyone afterwards. Thank you. I'm sorry. 646-236-9118, and looking for possible passive investors, also brokers if you're interested. But yeah, thank you.
All right. My man Mark, the money.
And your sex number.
No. Sure. No problem.
Hi, I'm Mark Paulson. I'm with Trice Lending Partners. We make hard money lending easy. If you're looking to do a fix and flip, buy and hold, or assisted living, or maybe you just need some construction costs, give me a call. Let's get pre-approved. My phone number is 410-458-0218. And I do have Cory's social number if you want that also.
I'm speechless right now. I think we have another wholesaler as well. Clifton, will come on up. Ashley, you want to come up?
How you doing? My name is Clifton Burns, wholesaler. Call me 443-414-4448. All over Baltimore, DC, and VA.
Hey, sir. Come on. Don't be afraid.
Hey guys, sorry for being late. I was at another rate meeting. Kim was last, I came for the last 30 minutes. I'm half owner of a construction company. We specialize in rehabs. Also do wholesale on the side. Got a list of 51 VIP buyers, mostly in the DC area, but we do a little bit of the Baltimore area. So if you guys have properties that need rehabs, let me know. And if you guys have some properties direct to seller ready, then let me know too, and then I can get those, sold ASAP. Phone number is 444. I'm sorry, get your new one. Phone number is 443-623-5126. Once again, that's 443-623-5126. And then my email is globalcolorsllc@gmail.com.
Thank you. Next up.
Anyone else? Mr. John Gilmore.
Sorry, I'm a little late. Hey, I'm John Gilmore here, and you're going to ticket to real estate. I'm an agent investor, also specializing in multi-family acquisition. So I'll be getting your card ASAP, as well as teaching people how to become passive investors with their own money, working class. So
Hold the mic to your face.
So keep an eye out for passive investment for the working class. That will be coming out soon. And my phone number is 443-794-2691. John Gilmore at AW.com.
We're working on his mic skills. It's all right. You have roll call?
Yeah. I've got to give folks my phone number and my website. My website is www.thecontractdoctor.com. And my phone number is 443-625-9313. So if you didn't get the class that I'm doing this Friday, it's on my website, www.thecontractdoctor.com. Thank you.
Cory, you go.
All right. And my name is Cory Banks, Agent Cory Banks, Realtor 007. I am the friendly investor who adds value to your business, and also the guy you want to send your bad deals to. And you can reach me at 443-380-0182, and also agentcorybanks@gmail.com. Charles?
My name is Charles Blair, and I'm looking for deals in Maryland, DC, Virginia, Houston, Ohio, and Jacksonville, Florida. We're currently investing in 6 different markets. We're doing wholesaling, rehabbing, buying and holding investment. Any deals that you think is deals that you don't want, I can make money off of. So if you got bad deals, send them my direction, let everybody get paid. So once again, Charles Blair. The name of the company is Chucky by Lucky Houses, and we're in 6 different markets looking for your deals, looking for any type of deal you guys may have. I can be reached at 443-925-2860. That's 443-925-2860. And beginning next month, we'll be investing in Memphis, Tennessee. So that'll be another market we'll be in. So give me any type of deals you guys may have. We're looking for opportunities.
I'll be there for the barbecue.
443
All right. So, did you guys get good information today? Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Come on, say it louder than
Did you guys get good information today?
Okay. We still got the room for another 30, 45 minutes. This is your opportunity to network. Going once, going twice. Let's get it going. Thank you.